James Griffin, are you here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course, sorry. On deck is Miles Bryant, but coming to the stage right now, making a lot for E1. Ooh!
Hey, you guys ever been to a Korean barbecue restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of unique in that you pay to cook your own meat. And if you pay a little extra, you can wash your own dishes and take out the trash. Yeah, I was at Mount Baldy this past weekend. I learned that it wasn't always called Mount Baldy. Back when the mountain was a little younger and more youthful or hopeful, it was known as Mount Rogaine. And somebody told me that when you scratch your head, that's what makes you bald, you know? I don't think so, because my balls are still hairy as fuck. Yeah, one of my buddies is a white dude. He's like super duper white though. I think he's like part albino or something. Yeah, he's so white when he comes to my house, all my plants start growing in his direction. And whenever I'm having sex, I never last as long as I'd like to, you know? I'm like, come on, penis, hang in there. And it's always like, screw this. Bleh. Yeah, I used to go to water parks every summer. But then one summer I stopped going because I had a fairly traumatic experience. And when I was 16, I was at Raging Waters. And I was waiting on this stairs, right, to go on this slide. And I look up, and then the girl in front of me, she's about the same age as me. And her boobs are like right in my face, you know? And it's kind of cold and windy, right? So her nipples are popping out, you know? So I'm like, oh crap. So I turn, but now this girl right here, her fucking face is right in my junk and shit. You know, I already got a partial woody from nipple girl over here. And then this girl here, she like yawns, you know? So I'm like, oh my gosh, you know? I got a fucking huge boner and shit. I almost pop her in the fucking mouth and shit. So I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta get out of here. And so I'm running up the stairs and shit. Like, apparently it's pretty common at Raging Waters because the lifeguard was like, come on, just go. Yeah, I got on that slide. I got the hell out of there. I was like, man, they really need to rename this place. And they should call it Raging Boners. Yeah, why didn't the oyster share his food?
Why?
He's shellfish. All right, there's a sailor, right? And he gets hired aboard the ship. They're out at sea for about 6 months. He's talking to his buddy. He's like, hey man, when are we gonna go back into port? You know, I'm getting kind of horny out here. And he's like, oh no, we're not gonna go back to port for another 6 months. He's like, what? You know, I can't wait that long. It's like, well, have you tried the barrel? I'm like, no, what's that? So he shows him to this room. There's a barrel in it. In the hole, on the barrel, there's a hole. So he's like, there you go. So he starts fucking the barrel, right? And it works really well, you know? He's like, oh man, that barrel's fucking awesome. He's like, dude, I'm gonna use that barrel every fucking day. He's like, well, every day but Sunday, right? He's like, oh, you can't use it on Sunday? I'm like, well, you can, but Sunday's your day in the barrel, so. What do you call a guy that can make a business suit real fast? Taylor Swift. I think Pride Month needs a mascot, you know? And I got the perfect one, the flamingo, right? They have like pink feathers, and they love to dance. And they're like a non-predatory, peaceful type of bird. Yeah, they only eat like brine shrimp and algae and stuff. You know? Nobody cares about brine shrimp. And you know what a group of flamingos is called? They're not called a flock. No, they're called a flamboyance. How gay is that, right? It's like all the best parts of Pride Month, all wrapped up into one animal and stuff. And even the name flamingo is flaming O. Right? A flaming O? That's just a burning butthole. And you know, normally when a guy brags about how big his dick is, you know, it's usually the opposite, right? It's usually really small and stuff. I was talking to this guy the other day, he was like, oh man, my dick's so big. I'm hung like a horse. I'm like, yeah, like a seahorse. Yeah, I think Shaquille O'Neal's like the happiest man on earth. You know, he's like always so jolly. Like, everyone just loves him, right? You know, I think it's because he's never been bullied. Yeah, you know, how you gonna mess with someone who's so tall that his crotch is in your face? It's like, hey, Shaquille, give me your fucking lunch money. Never mind. Yeah, you know the thing going around, you know, whatever. That thing going around where if you're a lady and you're alone in the woods, would you rather run into a bear or a strange man? And a lot of women are choosing the bear, right? But I think that's just ignorance of bear knowledge. Because I ran into a bear alone in the woods once. Yeah. And he fucked the shit out of me. Yeah, I was watching this Bigfoot show the other day. It struck me as how dedicated these Bigfoot hunters were. You know, they're so devoted to something that might not even be real. Like comedians in their careers. I've had sex with all different types of women. White, black, Asian, Hispanic. In my opinion, Asian women give the best blowjobs. Yeah. If any of you ladies like to prove me wrong, you can meet me in the bathroom after my set. You know, comedians always tell you two things, right? They always tell you when they just get booked on a show. They always tell you when they just had sex. That's a bit juvenile, right? Like myself, I haven't been booked on a show in over a month. But I did get laid last week, so hoo! Alright, my name's Iwanu, I'm out here, thank you.
Yeah, keep it going for Iwanu! He had sex last week. He found that barrel. All right. Is